Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Crystal Skull Tarot created by Jessie Driscoll, and the book inside of the box, the guidebook, is written by Rachel Pollack. She is one of the tarot greats that has ever existed, and she did recently pass away, so that's a little bit, it's very sad for us that are still here, because the way that she writes her books, it's fascinating how she connects the other cards to the card she's talking about. So it kind of reads like a story. Now, if you're a fan of crystal skulls, like I am, I've got mine right here. This is Ruby Zahoziite, I believe. I named her Rosie, or Ruby. This is Crazy Lace Agate. I've named him Druzy. Here's my clear quartz skull. His name is Colossus. My Dumortierite skull that I've named Sky. I just love his face and his little overbite right there. I think he's adorable. Here's my Labradorite skull. His name is Larry. And then I have my Rosie right here, which is rose quartz, my lapis lazuli, which is Lazarus, and my little gray skull that I cannot tell you what kind of crystal this is. I do not know myself, but it's probably some form of jasper. If you know what skull this is, like what crystal this is, please let me know in the comments. There's a little dot up there. It might be Dalmatian jasper. I'm not sure. Either way, he's cute, and I named him Gray Skull. Yeah, that's so creative, I know. Then I have my little unicorn down here too. It's a bloodstone unicorn, and I put all these crystals around it to kind of like emphasize the beauty that is this deck. And we'll take the box with it. Beautiful deck. I found it on Kickstarter a couple years ago, and I backed it immediately because I absolutely adore crystal skulls. I think they're amazing. They have the energy of like whatever energy the crystal is itself, and then like they can give you ideas, and like you hold them and they like speak their truths and like connect with you. There's supposedly, I believe it's 13 big ones that have been around for pretty much ever, for thousands of years. And it said, I believe, when I got these specific ones, this one right here, and then the lapis lazuli one, and the Labradorite one, they were all connected to one of those, like, one of the 13 skulls, so they're, like, extra special. But at the very least, they're just cool, like, the way that they look and everything, and that's what makes this deck so cool. It's a photography deck, so the cards are very much like pictures, like you see there on the back, like the different clear quartz right there with the little balls right there. I want to say that's aventurine. I cannot guarantee that. Like I said, like I don't know my crystals that well, so just beautiful nonetheless. You can see upright, reverse, doesn't matter. You can definitely see that each one of them is very easy, like to not be able to tell, which is awesome, because sometimes you want those reversals because it gives you more depth. But what we're going to do in this video is simply a quick flip through of all the cards. You can see what they look like, and I do believe this deck is still available for purchase online. I will share the link for that in the description below if you want to add it to your own collection. It's really awesome, like I said, like the guidebook right here, you can see Rachel Pollack. So it's kind of in a way a collector's item too, because like I said, she's recently passed, so she's no longer with us. So having these words of her kind of keeps her spirit still alive, and I think that's beautiful. And the guidebook's like really beautiful. Like I said, she relates like the cards to the different other cards and the crystals and stuff like that. So it's just beautifully done. And we'll just start with the Fool right here. Flip it over. You can see there's the illustration of the Fool. You have the green skull right there, and she's done the yarn and everything to kind of show there's the white flower that he's holding in his hand to show how pure his ideas are and how much he's ready even if he doesn't have all the ideas. There's the sun shining in the background. We have the Magician. You got the sun all around him there, that yellow and creativity, and he's got the wand, he's got the crystal that represents the sword, the little cup, and the pentacle right there too. Next we have the High Priestess, and this one's really cool. It's actually the illustration that we saw on the box there. And it's got the B and J that you see on the High Priestess, like on either side of the pillars. It has that too, and these are actually Scrabble pieces. So the creativity and the originality of this deck is like none others I've ever seen. But it is very much a niche deck. I mean, if you're not a fan of crystal skulls, then you're probably not going to like this deck. But if you are, then this is definitely a deck. If you're like me and you love collecting different decks and just like connecting with them and seeing all the different illustrations, this is one I highly recommend. Next we have the Empress. See there with her little rose quartz, and she's got the little sun on her head, or the little crown. Got the sun coming up, the grass behind her. And then the Emperor, he's got the red there, and he's the clear quartz skull. He looks a lot like my Colossus there. Next we have the Hierophant. He's got the keys down there. My favorite part about the Hierophant is the keys. So once you trust in yourself and trust in a higher power that there's more to life than what we just see, you kind of have the keys to creating whatever you want. Next up we have the Lovers. Have the two little skulls right there, the white skulls. Again, I don't know for sure, but I do believe those are halite. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. Rose quartz up there looks much like Rosie right there. And then we have the Chariot and Strength. You can see there she's got this crystal skull with the unicorns. That's why I wanted to add my little unicorn there, so it's like connecting to it. We have the Hermit next, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. And this is one of my favorite illustrations in the whole deck because there's so much detail into it. You can see like the wheels they're made, all the skulls going around it, the rose quartz in the middle. You have the ones connecting to it on either side. There's just so much work and detail went into this deck, and I just keep can't get over just how much thought process went into it and how much creativity went into it. It's kind of proving, even if you're not a good artist like me, I'm definitely not a good artist when it comes to drawing, you can still make something of beauty. You can still create like a tarot deck that's just inspirational. She took yarn and she went around and she designed the yarn and put the skulls with it and she snapped a picture of it. And it's one of the most beautiful decks in my collection. It's definitely one of the most original. Then we have Justice and the Hanged Man and Death. I believe this is tourmaline around the death skull. Call that the death skull. So it's like black and like showing the energy. If that is tourmaline, it's like clearing all that negative energy that you don't need anymore so you can begin anew. And then we have Temperance and the Devil. Keep picking up two, sorry about that. And we have the Tower, followed by the Star. See the stars up there made of yarn. And then the Moon, followed by the Sun. And that clear, I believe, I want to say clear quartz, it's not. Amber or whatever it is. I love those colors. It's so pretty. Then we have Judgment and the World. So that makes up the major arcana. And then we begin the minor with the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the 3, the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the 6, the 7 of Cups. I don't know if you can tell here, but the creativity and inspiration that went into this deck, amazing. And I keep saying that, sorry I'm repeating myself, but the cups themselves are little blue balls with little like cup-like things, like little holders on top of them. So it's two pieces put together on like lace, and it's just such a cool idea. And then we have the 8 of Cups and the 9, followed by the 10. And if you look at this and you know the Rider-Waite-Smith, you can tell this deck is very heavily based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. You know, with the 10 of Cups, for example, you have that rainbow there, and you have the mom and dad and the children, and the 10 cups in the air showing the fulfillment and completion that they have. And we had the Page of Cups. I don't know how she could have done it. It would have been cool if there was like a little fish over here, but that, I don't know how you would do that. So definitely still cool, Page of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, he's got his little crystal unicorn there, followed by the Queen of Cups. This illustration looks very much like the High Priestess that we saw with the major arcana. And it kind of connects that Queen of Cups to the High Priestess, because you know, when you love yourself and you trust your emotions enough, you become more intuitive, which connects back to the High Priestess. And we have the King of Cups. Next up we have the Ace of Swords. See, the swords here are a very beautiful crystal quartz right there. I believe it's smoky quartz. Again, don't quote me on that. 2 of Swords, followed by the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords, followed by the 5, the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, 9, 10, we have the Page of Swords, the Knight, the King, or Queen, excuse me, and the Queen of Swords. That leaves us with the Wands and the Pentacles, and I do not remember which one I put in order. I believe Pentacles is last, so this should be the Ace of Wands. Yes, it is. And we have the wand right there and the little flame coming out of it, followed by the Two of Wands, and the 3, followed by the 4 of Wands. There's that beautiful orange sphere again. I love that. I'm looking at them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crystal balls just in my own collection because they're just, as like skulls, they're just fun and interesting. 5 of Wands, followed by the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the 8, the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, followed by the Queen, Page of Wands, the Knight. That's a beautiful crystal unicorn. I love that one. I love the colors of it. We have the Queen of Wands with that orange ball again, followed by the King of Wands, and that brings us to the Pentacles suit with the Ace. You can see there the coin right there. It goes through all the cards like that beautiful illustration of the Queen on there. 2 of Pentacles, followed by the 3, the 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the 6, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, followed by the 9, the 10 of Pentacles, and of course the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So that is a quick look, a very quick look at the Crystal Skull Tarot. You can see the box here, and I've already shown you that, and got the words on the back, and I'll read you what it says here as you look at that. Crystal Skull Tarot is a 78 card photographic deck that follows the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition. Skulls can be thought of as containers for consciousness, and crystal skulls are effective conduits for intuition. This beautiful deck comes with a 150 page book written by tarot legend Rachel Pollack. It's in the box. I should have said that more enthusiastically. It's in the box. Find Crystal Skull Tarot on Instagram and Facebook. So I'll put that in the link in the description below if you can follow her on Instagram. You can see there, like the book, it's got the little pictures, some little pictures on it, but not a lot. It's very black and white. But it can give you more information on it. Most of the crystal skulls in here, it does mention what kind of skulls they are. I'll just flip open to a regular or a page right here. It happened to be the 5 of Pentacles. And it says, of all the different 5s, this one is likely people's least favorite. The traditional rider image shows a man and woman in the street, bent over as they trudge through snow outside a church. We know it's a church because above them we see a stained glass window with 5 pentacles. Jessie recreates this with 2 skulls, the forward one with a bowed head, the coins for the pentacles in the church window, and yellow wool to represent the warmth inside. So I'm going to go right here really quickly, because that actually worked out because we're not too far there with the pentacles, so it should be right there. There you go. I'll set these over on the side. You can see the illustration there as they're talking about it. The skull on the left is moss agate, so there is the moss agate right there, and the one on the right is gray quartz, so we have that one right here. And Jessie writes, they are clouded and dull right now, but there is room for improvement. So the guidebook is really descriptive. So if you have a little bit of trouble reading this deck, definitely, I love adding the guidebooks to all my readings, because at the very least, I mean, I might have the intuitive ideas from it, but at the very least, this gives you what the author and the creator of the deck was really thinking as they created it. So it's a beautiful little connection to it. The deck itself, like I said, absolutely gorgeous. If you're into crystal skulls, this is the deck for you. Beautiful, very comfortable tuck box right there. So you can keep it safe, keep it with you at all times, keep it on a shelf with all the other ones, whatever you want to do with it. If this deck calls to you and you'd like a personal reading with it, then feel free to message me on here, comment on this video, send me a message on any of my socials. I'll leave all that in the description below. Or you can book one directly on my website at www.cosmiccrotarot.com. That is available as well. I'll leave all that in the link in the description below. I'll leave a link to purchase this deck. As long as it's still available, I cannot guarantee that it is. I have not looked it up for a while. But it should be. I think last time I checked it was. So definitely cool one to add to your collection if something you're interested in. The card quality is amazing. Like very, very thick, sturdy cardstock right there. So awesome deck if you're interested in it. As always, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again in the next one.